Hey everybody, we're back with more great deals you can pick up right now for your Nintendo Switch. We've got all-time low prices and we might even find a hidden gem or two. As always, I'm happy to have you here to check them out, and I'm ready to dive in, so stay safe and please enjoy the video. Alright, we'll start today with The Company Man, which is a really fun single-player action platformer that takes everyday normal business life and puts a comedic twist on it that most can relate to in some way. Now, we play as a young man on his first day at a new job, and of course there's that one coworker that just wants to make things miserable for you. The levels are split into different sections you might find at the office. For example, you could find yourself in a frigid level where the AC was left on too cold, and so everything froze over. The combat and controls feel great and the boss battles are creative, plus the game really isn't too difficult overall, so most people should be able to jump in no problem. Right now you can pick up this gem for just $5.99, marked down 70% until the 30th, and the download is around 1 gig. Up next we have Wild Dogs, which is a single-player retro-inspired action platformer that offers 5 different stages complete with multiple different sections, where the gameplay can switch from 2D run-and-gun action to a top-down shoot-'em-up style of gameplay, and everything is done in that old-school retro aesthetic. Now, the boss battles were a highlight for me as they were quite challenging in comparison to most of the game, and if you don't like the standard look, it does offer a few different color palettes to make things a little easier on the eyes. In this one, we play as 2 specially trained soldiers and we have to stop an alien invasion by any means necessary, and if it sounds interesting to you, right now you can pick it up for just $7.49, marked down 25% to a new low, and the deal ends on the 27th. Curious Expedition 2 is a single-player roguelike that lets you explore randomly generated islands as part of an adventurous team, searching for mysterious ancient artifacts. Now, the game has 2 main gameplay elements. Firstly, and most importantly, are the story bits where you'll be investigating and conversing with local people in search for clues, and then you have, of course, the turn-based combat sections. The overworld is grid-based and you'll have to manage your sanity along the journey as well, which can be done by eating or resting. It's definitely a fun game that offers maybe 10 hours of gameplay, and right now it's on sale for just $8.99, marked down 55% to a new low with the deal ending on the 19th. You will need about 3 gigs for the install, so make sure you have space. MARSUPILAMI HOOBADVENTURE is a fun single-player 2D platformer and the newest mainline title in the series. It gives players roughly 3 to 6 hours of main story gameplay and allows you to switch between the 3 main protagonists at any time, which is pretty cool. Now, sadly, they don't really have that much that separates them, but that's okay because the gameplay and controls are great on the Switch. And of course, with them being Marsupilamis having those long tails, that's the perfect weapon. Now, the game offers more than 20 levels with some pretty creative boss battles as well, and it does offer a few difficulty settings, making it great for beginners and those that like a little bit more of a challenge. If you're interested in this one, right now it's marked down 60%, bringing it to an all-time low of just $9.99, and the deal ends on the 27th. Roundguard is a single-player arcade dungeon crawler with a unique pinball style of gameplay. It offers dozens of hours of fun and has great replay value with a download around 300 megabytes. Now, the dungeons are randomly generated to keep things fresh and exciting, and even though death means the end of a run, they do give you the option to carry over a special item for the next run, which can reward you with powerful trinkets or other upgrades. On top of that, the game offers multiple classes that you can pick between, and there are tons of collectibles to find as well. Right now you can pick up Roundguard for just $6.16, marked down nearly 70% to a brand new low, and the deal ends on the 19th. Hey everyone, before we dive into the games matching previous lows, if you're enjoying the video, hit that like button and feel free to join the convo by writing to me down below, and of course if you're new here, hit that red button and become part of our crew. Alright folks, back to the deals. Let's dive back in with the Survivalist, which is a multiplayer survival game where you and some friends are stranded on an island and you have to learn to craft, build, and generally manage all of the resources you can find and locate, all while completing quests that will keep the game moving forward. It offers both online and local options for 4 players, but can of course be played solo as well. Now, what I really like about this game is that it's very approachable for those that are new to the genre, or if you're afraid that these kind of games will be too tedious or too difficult, this is definitely a good place to start. Right now you can pick up the Survivalist for just $6.24, marked down 75% and matching an all-time low until the 29th. You will need about 1 gig for the install. Up next we have Wolfstride, which is a single-player RPG that follows a group of misfits and criminals that have been given the opportunity to clear their past by winning a mech combat tournament. The download is just over 5 gigs and your runtime will vary quite a bit depending on how quickly you pick up the different mechanics that are at play here. Now the gameplay is split between different sections. You have the mech combat, of course, which is a ton of fun, and then you have the 2D exploration segments, which were a nice change of pace in between the battles. The dialogue does have a comedic tone overall, and it hits sometimes while missing at others, and if you're interested, be sure to pick it up before the deal ends on the 23rd. Right now it's marked down to just $7.49, matching an all-time low. Blossom Tales 2: The Minotaur Prince is an incredible top-down Zelda-like adventure title. It's a single-player outing just like the first one, and this time gives players an even more expansive world to explore. Now the game has a download around 325 megabytes and should last roughly 10 to 15 hours to wrap up, making it a great value. What I really like about these games is the way they tell the story. It's always interesting, and once again we have fun dungeons, tight controls, and enjoyable combat. And for fans of the older Zelda titles, you'll recognize many of the gadgets and items that you can find as well. This is a game I highly recommend, and it's actually a steal at just $9.74, right now marked down 35% and matching a previous low until the 25th. Next we have LA-MULANA 2, which is a single-player action platformer. It offers more than 50 hours of gameplay with a download around 4.3 gigs. Now this game is incredibly challenging and puts players into the familiar places they remember, but things have changed quite a bit from the first adventure. The map is laid out in a Metroidvania format, with progression locked behind finding items or acquiring certain abilities. The puzzles are tough and the traps are deadly, but with some time and patience you can master it and work your way through to the end. It's an incredible game, and right now you can pick it up for just $9.99, marked down 60% and matching a previous low until the 23rd. Alright, and we'll close off today with Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, which is a single-player action platformer with a unique gameplay mechanic that allows you to shift into different animal forms and then use them to solve puzzles or reach areas in the map that you couldn't before. They also have unique combat abilities as well, and each level will make use of them throughout the game. It has a download just a bit under 6 gigs, and the main story should last more than 20 hours to wrap up, again making it a great value. The game runs amazing here on the Switch, and the soundtrack and graphical style are top tier as well. It's a must play if you haven't, and right now it's on sale for just $9.99, marked down 75%, sitting nicely under $10 until the 2nd of next month. Alright everyone, here are a few other deals to check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright folks, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and let me know down below if you plan to pick anything up. Take care everyone, thanks for watching.